be dizzy for a few minutes, possibly a little nauseous.
What's going on, Hannibal? Who's this guy who kidnapped you from the hospital?
I don't know. My instinct tells me he's a commander from the covert side. He could sell us out and bury us, set us up, clear us. He could go any way. He says Captain Curtis is alive.
Curtis is alive?
Hmm.
Wait a minute, then he could testify that we hit that bank in Hanoi under orders. Yeah, then we'd be free to be normal people. No offense, Murdoch.
None taken.
I don't like this guy, but I think it's the best chance we're going to get.
How do you know he ain't lying, Hannibal? Maybe Curtis is dead.
I saw a videotape of Curtis in the Barcelona airport. He's older and grayer, but he looks like the same guy. Now, not only is this going to be a covert operation in a foreign country, we're going to be working for a guy I wouldn't trust to take out the garbage, so I want to take a vote. Face?
Yeah, let's do it.
B.A.?
Yeah.
Murdoch?
Let her rip.
Good evening. I'm standing inside the entrance to Fort Owen in Southern California, where in a heavily guarded stockade, the most infamous war criminals in U.S. military history are confined. Their names are already familiar to us: Colonel John Hannibal Smith, Lieutenant Templeton Peck, and Sergeant B.A. Baracus, the legendary A-team of the Vietnam War. Former war heroes turned popular cult figures, they were finally captured after nearly 15 grueling years as fugitives running from their own government. They've been through a lot, but now the most difficult challenge ever faced by the A-team is about to begin: a military court-martial. Reporting live from Fort Owen in Southern California, this is T.U. Leak.
Hannibal Smith is rather adept at invoking the element of surprise, Major.
With all due respect, sir, I don't think Colonel Smith's unorthodox strategies will be very effective in the face of a court-martial. The A-team will discover that the element of surprise is ours this time. Mr. Curtis, how did you come to know the accused?
I met them in Vietnam while serving with the late Colonel Sam Morrison.
And how long were you with Colonel Morrison?
2 years, sir, until he was murdered in January of 1970. Colonel Morrison told me that he had discovered that Smith, Peck, and Baracus had planned on robbing the Bank of Hanoi. The colonel's signature had been forged on orders requesting a helicopter for that mission. The colonel had always trusted the A-team implicitly. This news was quite a shock.
Well, I think things are going rather nicely so far, don't you?
I don't know where he got that phony paper. Morrison signed the orders in front of me and handed them to me personally.
Please continue, Mr. Curtis.
Well, I left the GHQ for dinner. Colonel Morrison said he was going to stay there and confront the A-team. When I returned, I heard a very loud argument from the colonel's office. The colonel was saying, "Just because you're a member of the A-team doesn't mean you can threaten me."
Did you recognize the voice of the man with Colonel Morrison?
Yes, sir, I did. It was one of the accused, Colonel John Smith. I left immediately to alert the MPs, but that was the exact same time that the shelling began from the enemy. Our headquarters took a direct hit. I didn't think anyone could survive that explosion. As I looked through the smoke and the flames, I did see someone run from that building. I swear it was Colonel John Smith.
And so the trial of the legendary A-team is finally over, ending perhaps the final chapter of a bygone era, the Vietnam legacy of Presidents Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon. Colonel John Smith, Lieutenant Templeton Peck, and Sergeant B.A. Baracus found guilty on all counts. All that remains is for their execution to be administered.